Remember my words, before believing the package, check the placements. Sir, average package has some problems of its own. What is the golden number? What is the magic number? What is the most important number? I am Vivek Agrawal and I welcome you to this new IMS video where we are going to know what is the correct way to decode B school placement reports. Hi everyone. Do you check placement reports before taking admission into an MBA college? If yes, do you do it the right way? Because every year I meet hundreds of students who, after taking admission into an MBA college, complain that, sir, the reality of this MBA college is not what it looks like in the placement reports. The picture is completely different. They feel disappointed. They feel cheated. Well, let's solve this problem once and for all. Because I believe that the information is always out there. It was you who could not interpret that correctly. Guys, in this video, I'll cover three important agendas. First, I will cover what are the most frequent mistakes that people or students commit while studying placement reports. Second, we will see how B schools hide the truth. And lastly, I will give you a master framework which you can apply to any B school, to any placement report, and you can reveal the truth behind the numbers, the truth behind what they are saying. So let us start this amazing ride. First one, what most students see. When they look at the placement reports, what do they actually see? Well, let me give you a very amazing surprise. Most students do not see the placement reports at all. They simply take admission into a college and then they experience whatever is there for them. Well, yes, I'm telling the truth. Sir, why this happens? How it can happen? Well, what actually happens is that most people or most students, they have heard of a college from someone, probably from their seniors, probably from their peers, from some mentors, or probably from some so-called social media influencers. They've heard it that yes, this is a good college. They write some MBA entrance tests, they get admission over there, and they go over there. They actually never have a look at the placement reports. This is such a surprising fact, isn't it? Well, that's the biggest mistake people do. Now, let me come on to the students who actually see the placement reports, but then what they actually see. What people see is that they either Google or they use ChatGPT to know some basic facts. For example, they want to know what is the highest package. Oh my god, 70 lakh per annum. Oh my god, 1 crore per annum. This is a good college. Or they see what is the average package. All right, the average package is 20 lakh per annum and the highest is 50 lakh per annum. I have always been an above average guy. So if 20 is the average, 50 is the highest, I should comfortably secure somewhere around 35 to 40 LPA. Yes, this is how people think sometimes. This is their reasoning. There is nothing good or bad about that. I'm not blaming you for that, but I want to correct you for that. The third stat is placement percentage. If it is 100%, oh my god, what a sigh of relief. At least I'm going to get placed. Lastly, what are the top recruiters? Oh my god, Google has come to this campus. Microsoft, McKinsey, BCG, Bain. I'm secured. But what if I tell you, even if you look at all the four of these things, even then you can be mistaken. These four stats together can mislead you. Well, let me tell you how. What if I ask you that if you were investing 25 lakh rupees in a company, probably via a stock market channel, how would you have done? I'm quite sure you have done every bit of research from yourself. But when it comes to investing 20, 25, 30 lakh rupees in a B school, we do not try to do our homework. We just try to believe on some easy facts, easy stats, easy opinions, and that is how we make our career choices disappointingly in India. So what should we do? Now suppose I ask you, which college would you choose? Now there are two options that I'm going to give you, and you need to tell me which college you would choose. The first one is college A with the highest package of rupees 1.2 crore, and the second college is college B with the highest package of rupees 45 lakh. Now, in naive terms, to a layman, it may seem like, sir, obviously, if this highest package is rupees 1.2 crore, obviously I will choose this one. Now, see how we should interpret this. Whenever you see a placement report and you see the data of highest package, which most B schools try to boast of, this is the very prominent figure, the prominent data that you will see highlighted in bold font, in big fonts, in every B school placement report, or probably in most of them. But this can be misleading. Why so? What if this highest package is not of the current batch? Probably in one of the years, in some past years, one student was very dynamic enough, was very smart enough to get this package. But this may not of a recent batch, the batch which has just passed out from the college. But the college might still be highlighting this figure. Alternatively, even if this is of a recent batch, what if only one student secured this package? Only one. We don't know what his profile was, how much he actually worked on himself before getting into that B school. We don't know how hard he might have worked during those 2 years or 1 year of the MBA. But we just want to believe on the highest package. Now, why I'm telling you this is how we should think. But sir, it is always easy to uh, put this gyan or to throw this gyan to others. How we will know about this from a placement report? This is what you need to research. What you need to do is try to connect with the previous students, with the seniors of that particular B school. Now, I don't want to spend another 15 minutes on telling you how to do that. I hope you're smart enough. There are platforms like LinkedIn, there are platforms, there are reports. Every B school always every year publishes a few reports. And if you go through those reports, you will always be able to find contact number of some already existing students over there. So you can always contact them and have a chit chat. They will be very happy to tell you the truth because they want to help you. They must want to help you. So always try to dig a bit deeper because again, what if you were investing this in a company? You would have digged it inside out. So please do that when it comes to making a career choice as well. Let me move ahead. Let me ask you another question. There are two colleges, fine. One is college A with an average package of 17.5 lakh per annum, and another is college B with an average package of 18 lakh per annum. Which one is better? Let us just discuss. Let us just have this very normal casual discussion. One is with an average package of 17.5, another one with an average package of 18 LPA. Which one is better? Well, honestly, even you must be thinking, sir, it's hardly a difference of 50,000 rupees. So, honestly, it doesn't matter. Now, what I'm trying to say with these two colleges, let us dig a bit deeper. College A has this particular statistic. How? There were 90 students who secured a package of somewhere around 15 LPA, and then there were 10 students who secured a package of around 40 LPA. And this is how the average became 17.5. But then 90% of students are only earning 15 LPA. So this is the reality, not this. Similarly, if I go to college B, what does this statistic say? It says all the 100 students got a package of let's say 18 LPA. Yes. So they got a package of 18 LPA. Now, there is one thing very surprising. Some of you might be thinking, sir, If I'll go to college B, there are 100% chances that I will earn 18 LPA. But if I go to college A, at least there are some chances that I can even make it to 40 LPA. Shouldn't I go to college A? Guys, listen it very carefully. When you go to an MBA college, it might be tier 1 MBA college, tier 2, tier 3, doesn't matter. Now, when we go to an MBA college, what package we will get, it highly depends on where do we stand in that entire batch. Suppose that I wrote CAT, I secured 99 percentile. Now what actually happens, my 99 percentile is being celebrated by my family, my parents, my friends, my mentors, everyone celebrates and I feel like I'm at the top of the world. Dude, I have cracked CAT, I have secured 99 percentile. But the moment you enter an MBA college, you realize that no, someone has secured 99.5, someone might have secured 99.8, someone might have secured 98, not 99, but he might still be smarter. The real competition starts over there. Similarly, if there is some another MBA college which takes admission at 80 percentile, now everyone has got or has secured admission over there. So what I'm trying to say, before going to MBA college, try to look at the profile of students studying over there. What I'm saying, try to look at the profile of the students who are going over there. If a majority of students are engineers, I am a non-engineer, I may struggle. If a majority of people who are going off there come from finance background, I come from a non-finance background, I may struggle. Undoubtedly, I will learn. Undoubtedly, I'll grow. But I will have to struggle. So my advice is, never assume that you are going to be the best student in the room. You are going to be the smartest person in the room. Always try to believe in yourself that yes, I'm going to go there with a mediocre profile. I have to grow in those 2 years, but never pre-assume yourself to be the best one in the room. And that's how you will actually make wiser choices, not only when it comes to taking admission into an MBA college, but in general in life as well. So now when I look at these two profiles with this picture in mind, I will first try to look at the profile of the students. Several B schools give that profile. Don't worry. If you'll go through the placement reports, they do show you in a graphical sense through some other representation that this is what our batch looks like. These many percentage of students are engineer, these many are non-engineer, these come from humanities background, these come from these percentage of students already have prior work experience. You will get that profile. So accordingly rate yourself. If you believe that yes, I'm among the top 25%, then go to this college. If you think no, there are people who are smarter than me, then go to that college. Because there, if you will perform very good, who knows, you can grab 1.2 crore package. I just showed you in the previous slide. What if only one student got that package? Who knows if you might be the one. But always try to have a safer net. Always try to have a good cushion. What if everything fails? What's in the medium case, in the worst case scenario, what I'm going to get? That should be how you should approach your career decisions or your life decision. So don't simply look at the numbers. Try to dig deeper. That is what I'm trying to say. Let us move further. Sir, highest package has its problem of its own. Sir, average package has some problems of its own. What is the golden number? What is the magic number? What is the most important number that is there for me? So guys, the most important number in a placement report is the median. What is the median salary that one is going to get out of that college? Why so? Sir, why not the highest one? Why not the average one? Guys, when I say in this college, this is the highest package. The highest package tells the story of one student or two students. This was the average package. That tells me what happens to the batch in general. But when I say the median salary, it is what is most likely to happen to you, because as I have told you, the wisest approach is to consider yourself the median person. I may not be the smartest person in the batch. I may not be the dumbest person in the batch. I'll lie somewhere in between. And that is what median tells you. So the most important statistic, the most important number in any placement report is the median salary. Now, let me tell you what happens is, every time I meet students, I love interacting with them. So I ask them that, did you go through this placement report? They say yes. Did you see the median? Yes, sir. Median was written in that placement report. What was it? So it was something, we concentrated on highest package and average package. So even though we look at the median, we don't know how to interpret the median. Getting my point? So let us know how to interpret median. This is something that you can always refer to. Now, how to interpret this? Suppose the average salary of an institution, fine, the average salary was, let's say, 20 LPA, fine, and the median salary was, let's say, 18 LPA, fine. Average salary was 20 LPA and median salary was 18 LPA. Now, how to interpret this? We see what is the difference between average and median, fine, between average and median. So here average is 20 LPA, median is 18 LPA. What's the difference? The difference between them is 2 LPA. Now 2 LPA is 10% of 20 LPA. So if the difference, gap between what? Average and median. If this gap between average and median is less than 10%, it means whatever is the average is most likely to happen to you as well. And that is why that college is into the green band. Yes, this college is very good. It's very consistent distribution. It is very safe to go over there because you are most likely to get the average package, because that is what happened to, because the median and the average are very close. If the difference between the two is somewhere around 10 to 20%, then that is a yellow band. It means it depends. It is not the safest place, but again, it is not the worst place. The stakes depend on how do you perform once you go over there. So the ultimate result lies on you. But if the difference is more than 20%, 20% plus, what if the average was 20 LPA, but the median was, let's say, 12 LPA? Now there is a problem, because it means there were some students who got very good package and they pulled up the average. But then this is not the what a normal student can expect. If you are into a group of that student, those students who secured high packages, it's good. Otherwise, you may lie somewhere around 12 LPA or less. So if the difference is 20% or more, then there is a red flag. We try to identify red flags in our relationships now. Similarly, you can identify red flags when it comes to MBA schools as well. And this is how you should interpret the median. You should always calculate the difference between average and median, and then you should classify your college. If possible, if you are in touch with some mentor, suppose your college is lying in yellow band, try to consult with your mentor, sir, what should I do? If it is in green band, go. If it is in red band, don't go. This would be my sincere advice, don't go. Although if it is in yellow band, go consult some seniors, some mentors, and then take a call. This is how you should read the placement reports. I hope you're getting this. Let us move forward. So this is one question for you. If you're watching this video till here, I want you to give me an answer for this particular college. Suppose this is ABC Institute of Management. Fine. This is ABC Institute of Management. And what happened is that the average package was 22 LPA and the median package is 16 LPA. I want you to calculate what is the difference between average and median in terms of percentage, and then tell me this ABC Institute of Management, is it in green band, is it in yellow band, or is it in red band? I just want you to comment green band, yellow band, or red band in the comment section. All right, let us move ahead. Now, recruiter count myth. Let me show you. Suppose in a placement report I see there were 400 plus recruiters. And what happens now, when these B schools publish their placement report, they also publish logos. Google, Microsoft, McKinsey, Capgemini, BCG, Bain, everything. As a student, I get happy. God, McKinsey is coming over here. What else can I expect? I want to go into consulting. McKinsey is coming. Sorted. I just have to do one thing, just focus on McKinsey so that when McKinsey comes, I get placed. Let me tell you the truth. Most of the time, what B schools do, suppose I'm ABC Institute of Management. Fine. Now, Google came to my college in 2010. They came to my college. They hired 1 or 2 or 3 students. They were not happy with the quality of my students, and so they never came back. But as an institute, every year I want students. So what I will do, every year in the recruiters list, I will put a logo of Google, that yes, Google has been one of our recruiters. But this is not true. For the last 15 years, they are not coming to your campus. They came once, but then they never repeated that stint. So, sir, as a mentor, you might be knowing this fact. How will we know? As I have just said, talk to the seniors. Talk to people who have been from that college. Talk to the people who are still seniors in that college, in case you take an admission over there. And that is how you will know the truth. So at times what we do, we try to contact some of them, but then we ask them very casual questions. How is the quality of education over there? Is there a TT table? Is there a swimming pool? Is there a football ground? Is this how we are going to judge that? Yeah, these are also some parameters, right parameters. But when it comes to package, those are not the correct parameters. So I'm telling you how to think along that lines. So you should think how many have hired. If there are 400 plus recruiters, how many actually come every year? And most importantly, are there any mass recruiters? For example, if there is a batch of 100 students and 120 companies come to hire 100 students, it means the quality of students is not good. Why so many companies are coming? It means some companies are coming, but then they are not taking any of those students. So if there are some companies, for example, when you go to IIM Bangalore, Accenture hires so many students from there. It's a TCS of Bangalore. How TCS mass recruits some people from engineering colleges, so does Accenture from IIM Bangalore. But then that's a good sign that a company like Accenture is finding so many people worthy of working for them. And this is how you should read this data. Moving ahead, 100% placements, fine. So suppose you got 2 different offers. One is offer A, which was of 18 LPA, but it was into the field sales role. Next one is offer B, where again you got 18 LPA, but then it was into product management. Suppose these are not 2 offers, these are 2 different colleges. Both are giving you 18 LPA, but one will give you a sales role, one will give you a product management role. Which one is better? It depends. If you are a person who likes sales, then this college, this offer is better for you. But if you are someone who likes product management, then this role, this offer or this college is better for you. So sir, what are you trying to say then? What I'm trying to say is, when you look at the placement reports, try to look at the types or quality of offers. Correct? Try to look at the quality of offers. What kind of roles, what kind of offers are coming to that college? Ideally, it should be a mix of all the roles. There should be some students who went into sales, some into consulting, some into product prodman, which is product management, some into tech roles probably, some into marketing roles probably, some into finance probably, some into HR probably. If not, if you already have a clarity, so what happens is, before taking admission into an MBA college, some students already have a clarity that after doing my MBA, I want to go into this type of role. So do your homework, see, check if those kind of roles are actually coming to that college. Because if not, you might have to seek placement outside the college, or you might get placed elsewhere. If you are a student, sir, I do not have a clarity what kind of role I want, but yes, after studying for 2 years, I will make up my mind what kind of role I want. In that case, try to look for this diversity, that yes, this college has roles from different domains. So yes, once I land there, I will have opportunities to go and get placed into a domain where my inclination would lie, where my interest would lie. This is how you should decide. So always see what are the types of roles or types of offers that are coming to that campus. Then only take a call. I hope you're getting how to actually read a placement report. Let us move ahead. The batch size trap. Fine. So there are two colleges, College A and College B. Both have an average of 20 LPA. Average. Again, when I look at average, what I will do, I'll compare it with median. That is my first task. Now I will try to look at the number of students in a batch. There are 120 students, there are 700 students. Sir, which is better? 120 students in a batch, or in a program, or 700 students in a batch or program? Which one is better? Honestly, to this particular question, the answer is it depends. It depends on how you look at these two numbers. I'll just give you the data. I'll just give you how they differ. So when there are only 120 students, the competition is less. Companies will come. There are 120 students, they will get enough opportunity to get placed. For the college administration, for the placement committee, it would be quite easier to get the entire batch placed, because they have to get 120 students placed. Comparing it with College B, the placement committee or the admin, college admin, has the task of getting 700 students placed. In a bad season, there might be chances that a huge number of students may remain unplaced compared to this. Secondly, in such type of colleges, students do not get enough of opportunity. What I mean by that is, sometimes placement, a company comes, there is a mandate that every student has to apply. Now company selects some, they take them and they go. As a student, what if I did not want to go in that company, but because of the process mandate, I got selected? This may happen. So, but when there are 700 students, there is a lot of peer learning. There is a lot of pressure, and in that pressure, you grow a lot. When you make a mark among 700 students, you know how to crack the deal. You know how to make the way for yourself. So it depends. I've just told you how these two colleges vary based on your background, based on your aspiration, based on your skill set, based on the ammunition that you have. You may choose one. This is how you should decide. Moving ahead. Two more traps to watch for. Probably we are heading towards the second agenda of our video, how do colleges hide the truth. So the first one is international package illusion. Now, when I say illusion, it does not apply to all the colleges. But what happens is some colleges, they boast of some international packages. How come? They say that one of our students got an international package of 1.2 crores. Now 1.2 crores in India is very good, decent salary, very good salary in fact. But 1.2 crore in USA may not be that handsome, or may not be that sort of luxury that we are thinking of when it comes to India. So always, for example, when you will look at a placement report of IIM Ahmedabad, they use a metric called PPP. What is PPP? It is purchase power parity. Fine. It is purchase power parity. So they always tell you that, all right, if I convert dollars into rupees, it might be 1.2 CR, but in terms of purchasing power parity, what it actually means in India, it might mean 60 lakh, it might mean 50 lakh, it might mean 70 lakh. They do show you the reality. Sir, if a college does not show that, don't worry. Just go on Google, just go on ChatGPT, ask them what is the purchase power parity of India compared to Singapore, compared to USA, compared to Germany, wherever that student got that package. So if a college says that one of our student got 1.5 CR package in Netherlands, now they are not showing purchasing power parity. Just search for that figure yourself and apply to that 1.5 CR. You will know the reality. If it is good, go there. If you want to go to Netherlands, go there. What I am saying is, try to reveal the truth behind the numbers and then take a call. Don't be mistaken. Don't blame the college. It is showing what it wanted to show. To me, placement reports are advertisements of colleges. They do it very smartly. They show what they want to show very smartly. It is your job as an investor into the college, as an investor into the company, to try, dig and know the truth behind the numbers. Don't blame others. Take a call yourself. It is your career which is going to get affected. It is your life which is going to get affected. So do your homework. Next one. So sometimes international packages can be Instagram filters of placement reports. They do it to make it look fancy enough. Fine. Second one is CTC. Just a caveat, when we see that I got a salary of 50 LPA. Now, sometimes that is CTC, cost to company. That is how my entire package looks like, 50 lakh per annum. Now, sometimes CTC can be broken into multiple parts. For example, fixed salary, bonuses, one-time bonus, some variables. Sir, why are you saying this? Simply because even when I went to IIM Lucknow, what I saw this, there were some students who came over there because they saw that the average package was 30 LPA. Fine. So they came over there, and when the placement season started, then they got to know that when we say 30 LPA, the fixed salary might only be 20 LPA. Then there is some remaining part, some other, which you actually don't get. So what happened to those students? They were actually very disappointed. I was already working at 22 LPA. I was already working at 25 LPA. Now the average is 30, but the in hand is 20. Now what should we do? Obviously, there were people who got 40 LPA, 50 LPA, 70 LPA, but then I'm talking about average. So if you come from that background, if you come from that set of students who have decent salaries, do try to check this figure. Again, if I talk about IIM Ahmedabad, they do give you that breakup. That yes, for our batch, this was the CTC, this was the fixed part, this was the variable part, this was the bonus part. For other colleges, you can do that research on your own. But if you come from that set of students, do that research. Don't fall into that trap. Fine. Moving ahead, the secret number, the PPO number. In short, PPO stands for pre-placement offers. So if I'm talking about a 2-year residential, 2-year MBA program, there is a mandate that every student goes for an internship. Now, sometimes some of those students who actually went for suppose I got a 2 month of internship in SBI, let's say SBI, fine. Now what happens is that I got that internship into SBI, but at the end of 2 months, the company liked my work so much that they gave me a pre-placement offer. They gave me an offer that we are so happy with you. Whenever you are done with your MBA, just come to us. We'll give you a package of 30 LPF, 35, whatsoever. That is called pre-placement offer. So if an institution has large number of PPOs, so 300 PPOs in a batch of 500, it means recruiters, companies value that college a lot. The education that students get in that college is highly rewarded, is highly regarded in the corporate sector, in the recruiter pool. So if you are an alumni of that college, if you are a graduate of that college, there are high chances that you will be valued highly by the recruiters, by the corporate world as well. So PPOs indicate that excellence in the education, in the institution. So always have a look at the PPOs as well. Moving ahead, what else to watch for? One important caveat, combined programs. Suppose you are someone who is not taking admission into a flagship program of an institution, but you are taking admission into a niche program. For example, MBA in media campaign, MBA in sustainability, MBA in change leadership, or MBA in AI. Fine, there is no problem with those programs. But sometimes what students do, they look at the overall placement report of that institution, which also contains the flagship program, the program that that college is known for. You look at that placement report, you think that, all right, this college is a good one, I should take admission into this niche program. Now, the reality of that niche program may be an upside down picture of what happens with the flagship program. Be mindful of that. I'm not saying it is the case everywhere. It may be the case. So when you are going to any niche program, do not convince yourself by having a look at the overall combined program placement report. Try, do your research to get as many numbers for that niche program as well. Next one, percentage growth. Sometimes what institutions do, they say that from last year, the salary grew by 30%. Salary increased by 30% in just 1 year. As a student, I may think 30% increase in 1 year. Wow, I should go over there. Do the homework, do the fact check. What if last year the salary was 10 LPA and this year it went on to 13 LPA? Now, is this a 30% increase? Yes. Are you interested in 13 LPA? Maybe not. Yeah, if you are good to go with 13 LPA, this is a very good number. If not, you just reveal the truth. Do your homework. This is all I want to say. Now, suppose there is a college, there is a B school which has revealed highest package, average package, median package, student profile, breakup of CTC. They have shown breakup of their packages. Top 25% of the batch got this much package, bottom 25% got this much package, middle 50% got this much package. They have shown everything, and everything looks remarkable. But what if the numbers are cooked up numbers? They just wrote anything and everything they wanted, and nothing was true. Here comes the most important part, that please check if that placement report is audited, if the placement numbers are third party verified. If there is a third party verification, the placement report will always contain that. They will always reveal, they will always highlight that yes, our numbers are verified by so and so accountant, by so and so company, by so and so platform. If not, the numbers might be fishy. Please check, the number should be audited. And this is what IPRS standards say. What is IPRS standards? Indian Placement Report Standards. They say that as a B school, as an institution, your numbers should be audited. Your number should be granular. There should be a fixed versus variable split. They say that your number should be global. If there is any foreign package, any foreign placement, there should be PPP adjusted data, and then there should be standard, there should be uniform definitions. Your definition of CTC should not be your own definition of CTC. It should be a standard definition which is accepted by the entire fraternity in general. Despite these standards, some institutions try to play around, and that is when this video comes handy for you. I hope you have got enough information on how to make sense of placement data, how to decode the placement reports in the correct way. Now it's time to reveal the framework, which is the 10 placements framework. Sir, you have given us so much information. Yes, that was useful, but we may not remember that every time we try and study a placement reports. And that is when this placements framework comes handy for you. What is this framework? So this placements is basically an acronym. So never judge a B school until you check all the 10 placements. What do they stand for? So the first P stand for PPOs. Do check PPOs. Then check what is the batch size. Is it large enough, which might not suit you? Then check for A, which means audited report. Is the placement report audited or not? Then check the CTC structure. What are the various components? Then check the employer quality. What kind of employers are coming? Are they coming with different roles? Are they big companies? Are there some mass recruiters? And how frequently are they hiring? Then check for median salary, the most important number. Then check for exchange or international placements or packages. What is the truth behind those numbers? Then check for nature of roles. If you want role of certain domain, are companies recruiting from that campus for that particular domain? If not, is there diversity in the roles? Next, check for talent pool. What is the batch profile? Where are you likely to stand when you are compared with the general batch profile of that campus? Last but not the least, some separate stats, for example, program wise granular. If you are going for some niche program, try to compare the stats, the data for that program with the entire flagship program. So this is the placements framework, PLACEMENTS placements framework. This will always come handy for you when you will try and study a placement report. So remember my words, before believing the package, check the placements. Do use this framework for your own homework of going through the placement report of a campus, of a college. Lastly, if from this entire video, from this entire presentation, if there is one thing that I want you to carry with you, is the gold standard metric, which is the median salary. Guys, if you are short of time, which ideally you should never be when it comes to make your career choices, still if there is one thing that you should always be mindful of, please check the median salary. Please compare it with the average package. Try to identify the band of your college and then only take a call. This was it from my side for this video. I hope you will use the placement framework. You you will use all those things which we have discussed in this video when it will come to making a career choice, a wise MBA choice for yourself. And I rest this video with this discussion. Thank you so much for having your time, and see you soon in the next video. Bye bye.